Okay, I want to review how to do the ones that are nested, where you see an inside one and an outside one. And let's get to this. So here's one. There I have two functions, and they usually give you a choice of two functions to work with. And that's just the standard way that we practice this. So the first one, you can see there's a 3 on the outside, and the inside is f of 2. So I'm going to ignore the 3, and I'm just going to try to do this inside part, the f of 2. And I'm just going to do that part first. So let me pull that out. So f of 2 is the part I'm going to do, and I need to copy down the f function, which is 3 minus 2x. Make that a little bigger. So then I'm going to go to the x, and where the x is, I'm going to put in the number which they want us to put in, a 2. So I had 3 minus 2x, but instead of the x, I'm putting the 2 in right there. This is where the x used to be. So now let's figure out what we've got. That would be 3 minus 4, because 2 times 2 is 4. And then I'm going to take it one step further. 3 minus 4 is a -1. Again, when you look at that, the 3 is positive and the 4, treat that like a negative because the negative in front. With positives and negatives, you subtract. I wrote a -4, but it's -1. So I subtracted 3 and 4, and I got 1, and the bigger number is the 4. So this is the inside part. The f of 2, I figured that out. That's right here, is -1. So I'm going to take the -1 and bring it back inside there. So now we have, this is the second part. So I'm gonna have 3, and then instead of this f of 2, I'm just gonna put that value because I figured that out, and that's -1. The -1 goes into where this was. So that's what, these are the same, f of 2, f of 2. And so the final answer on this one would be -3. So again, when you're doing these, you want to look and do the inside first. So this one has a number on the outside, and let me show you one other example. Here I'm going to do the inside first. So the inside first, and I'm going to ignore the f. I'm just going to work the inside part. And so let me just work that. So that inside is, let me see if I can get this already bigger, g of -1. You don't think about the other parts of it just yet. So g of -1, that means I need to go 2x squared minus 1. So I'm going to copy that function rule. And so 2x squared now. And then when I'm typing, I like to go find the x and then put the number in instead of the x. So I go erase the x and I put in the -1 with parentheses. Those parentheses are necessary. They're absolutely crucial. And is that a -2 or is that my, yeah, I need to make that correction. That should be an equal sign. So again, I'm just working the inside part. You go to the inside and then work out. So I'm just going to do the inside value, g of -1. I'm going to do this exponent first, -1 squared, and -1 times -1 is 1. There's still the 2, it's still being multiplied by 2, and still it says -1. And then I'm going to say 2 times 1, and then -1. And I end up, the final answer of this part is 1. So I figured out the inside part, the g of -1, And I just worked that, and that's a 1. So I'm going to take this 1 and bring it back inside here and replace everything that g of -1 is right there is going to be that. So let's do part 2. So we're going to do the inside and then the outside. So I'm now I'm ready to do this part. So which one am I going to use? So I have f of 1 is what we're figuring out there. Let me just kind of walk through that again. F of whatever this is. And so I have to figure out what this is first, which I figured out as a 1. So the 1 is what we're figuring out here, f of 1. So let me go back here. So f, the function of f is 3 minus 2x. But instead of the x, so the x comes out, and I'm going to put in the number that we've said, which is 1. So the 1 goes in where the x was. And this one is equal to 3 minus 2. Oops. 3 minus 2, which the final answer for this one will be 1. It's always good to kind of highlight the final answer because we've got so much work. So the final answer for that one is 1. So that's how to work the ones that have inside parts and outside parts.